Hi all, I'm Cora, your friendly neighborhood fiend. Welcome to my antics. Today I will be doing a drawing study by designing some mermaids for MerMay because this is my first year doing it and I am very excited. I loosely followed a class for this just because I wanted a basic idea of what I need to do and to learn more about shape language because somehow I didn't know that was a thing that existed. So without further ado, here are my plans. The main part of the study was for me to learn how to better tell a story through shape language, which is something that I haven't done before because I knew nothing about it. I didn't even realize it was a thing consciously. Since learning about it, I've incorporated it into all of my drawings, this being the first one, and I've been loving my art a lot more because of it. It just feels like it has so much more character now, and it's really, really nice. This class that I took had a theme of hero versus villain, so I'll be designing two mermaids to fit that theme. I also wanted to turn cool fish that I liked into these mermaids just because I can, it's fun. And you'll see here in a minute that I lean heavily into the don't judge a book by its cover trope because I just really love the trope. It brings me great joy. And you'll see that more as I start to plan the thumbnail out. This is actually my first time doing thumbnails. Normally I just jump straight into drawing without a whole lot of planning. I would just pick a pose and hope for the best, but that was past me. I'm smarter now. I even made a Pinterest board, which you will shortly see. After a bit of research, I decided to go with the black sea devil, which is a type of anglerfish, and then a flying fish. During my research, I learned that the sea devils only get to be about 6 inches long, while flying fish can get to 18 inches long. And while I'm not going to have my mermaids be the size of pixies, I did want to incorporate that size difference in general just because I thought it was really funny. You'll also learn very quickly that I did not give these characters names or much backstory, so feel free to put your ideas in the comments if you have any, because I would love to hear them and see you talk about them and talk about them with you. Anyway, I decided that I wanted the flying fish to be the villain, using her beauty and ability to glide above the water as a show of skill that could hide her villainous ways. And then I wanted the sea devil to look much softer with rounder shapes. But she's not entirely defenseless, as she can unhinge her jaw similar to that of a snake to reveal many razor-sharp teeth. I know the fish don't actually do this, but I think it's cool and it's my character, so I can do whatever I want. Then, with all this in mind, I set out to make my Pinterest boards. I started with the sea devil just because I was most excited about her design, even though I knew the least about it. All I really knew is that I wanted her to be more curvy on the chubby side of things, and that was about it. As I scrolled through deep sea scenery and different mermaid designs and other on-theme things, I got a good idea of what I wanted though. However, with the flying fish, I had a very strong idea of what I wanted. I knew I wanted her to have a pretty netting top with shells adorning her, tan skin, perhaps a crown, because I feel like she could be some kind of royalty maybe, or at least like high up in society. In the end, I did forget to add the crown, admittedly, but I did still make her very fancy with some pearl accessories. So with all that in mind, I went back and started a thumbnail, and it really all came together fairly quickly from there. I decided I wanted the sea devil to have a darker skin tone, mostly because I wanted more practice drawing that, and made sure to give her lots of curvy soft shapes to contrast the very sharp and angular shapes that I gave the flying fish. I also wanted the sea devil to be a lot less in-your-face, showy kind of, with more like plain jewelry and simple seaweed boa as an accessory. And then with those thumbnails done, I picked some poses and started the final pieces. I ended up really liking the pose from the thumbnail that I did of the sea devil and just stuck with that, only tweaking it slightly so that she was facing a different direction. You'll see here that I gave her longer bangs initially, but later on I struggled with her hair and ended up switching gears and going for more tight-knit curls, which changed the shape of her bangs and made them a bit shorter as a result. Aside from that though, everything was pretty smooth sailing, I made sure to make myself a color palette that I could reference back to. You'll see me do this a few times for both characters. And then when we get to my favorite part, rendering, I really go into it. I love rendering so much. It gives a piece so much life. It's so nice. I also use painting brushes for this, so it feels very smooth and enjoyable overall. And then here I am, struggling with the hair before ultimately deciding to change it. Textured hair isn't something I have a lot of experience with, and that's something I'm currently trying to change as I work to expand my portfolio. One of my future videos coming up here soon will probably be me doing a study of just different textured hairs. I end up really liking the idea of her jaw unhinging to reveal those sharp mass teeth and decide I wanted to draw this. What I didn't expect was to excessively struggle with this perspective. Apparently, 3/4 view is just my nemesis. Something else I'll probably have to do studies on. Eventually, I got it down and figured out what I wanted through a bit of trial and error, though. And here's all 3 of them finished. Now you may be thinking, Core, you silly goose, you forgot to export the speed paint for the flying fish. It's not in the video. Where is it? And to that I say, you are partially right. I forgot to record it. I went to export it after I had done the drawing and everything, and realized it had not been recording the entire time. So you just get to see the final product instead, and I'll tell you a little about it. I struggled for a hot minute with the posing part, but in the end I am really happy with how it turned out. All in all, this is the happiest that I have been with my art in a long time. So, what do you all think?